This is a video review of shoes for standing. The two right here in the foreground are ones that I've been wearing for the last 2 years or so. Moabs specifically for hiking on the right hand side, and then on the left, Gel Venture 5 shoes from Asics. A short summary from top to bottom, left to right: the Avery Island Orthofeet Supernova Gtx by Adidas, Adidas Adazero Tempo 9, the Adazero Boston 7, the Tour360 with a BOA lacing system, Gramercy Orthofeet, Gel Venture 5 Asics, the Moab Ventilator by Merrell, and the Asics MetaRide. Here are all those shoes in the exact same position as they are on the paper. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with these two by Orthofeet. They were decent. I do like that they included these spacers, an 1/8 inch and a 1/16 of an inch. However, if I pull out these insoles, you can see that they kind of got crushed down. Here's what I mean. These are really springy, pretty nice. This stuff is firm, so it still offers some support. However, this blue part that was nice and soft just gets crushed down. So if I pinch it between my fingers, there's not really much. Trying it out for a little bit, it just gets crushed down and doesn't offer the same kind of support like you can still feel in the middle of the shoe that has good arch support. I do like the design of this shoe. It doesn't look like a clog on the front because it actually has detailing, and inside of the shoe there are no seams. You can't feel it. There's just one solid piece of cloth that covers everything, and it's the same in these. I just don't like the style quite as much. On those ones, they did have a soft heel. Unfortunately, it gets crushed down. It's less breathable, has a good soft tongue. That's good, no internal seams, and I did like the look of this Gramercy by Orthofeet. The next one that was decent, probably one of the most decent of the Adidas, was this GoreTex one. It's the Supernova Gtx. These ones had plenty of boost. It actually had more boost, almost twice as much as all the other Adidas that you can see over there. The one unfortunate thing about this is, although it is waterproof and I did like the style, I still couldn't stand on any of these for more than a few hours at a time, so that was kind of a disappointment. The toe part of it, when I'm walking, you can kind of hear it makes kind of a smushing sound. These other two I'm just going to go over briefly. They are super breathable. They have a little bit of boost. Maybe they're good for running. They look fine. They breathe really well, maybe a bit too well. You can kind of see here it's actually slightly translucent if you look up towards the top. These would not block water or anything else. Probably a bit too cold in the winter. My favorites of all of these, except obviously those which have gotten a ton of wear, and maybe these which were really good value, of the new shoes, these Tour360 XT. These were really nice. This BOA lacing system I thought was great. Easy in and out of the shoe. Had a decent style, however, again, not enough boost on it. Good grip, didn't mind that at all, just not enough boost. And it has a really hard tongue. This thing pressed in a whole lot, so I could tighten this BOA lacing system, but then the tongue would become too much pressure on my ankle. Without the hard tongue and with a bit more boost, like that GoreTex Supernova, that would have been great. These are the last most expensive ones, the Asics Gel MetaRide. I liked them for running when I jogged a little bit inside a building. I wore them to work. I was guessing that this gel that you can see on the bottom left and the different densities of foam would have been better for standing. It is a really firm gel and a really firm cushion overall, unless you were running and pressing really hard into it. It does have a whole bunch of cushioning here, and I like this decal. You can kind of see it reflects light somewhat differently at different angles. It's hard to see on camera, but this kind of sparkly material that has slits in it was an interesting touch. From the top, it's a little bit of color, and then just this really comfortable upper that's not quite as flashy. Those are the Asics. Decent for running, I would guess. You do really have to stomp down on them to get the padding to compress and spring back. Overall, I'm just going to say none of these shoes worked for standing. I have a standing desk at work. I've tried all of these shoes for at least a couple of hours in an office. There's no padding, just your standard carpeted office floor. None of these worked. I've also tried almost every single style of Crocs they have. They have ones that look like normal sneakers. I've tried the loafers, the casual ones, the clogs. I've also tried a pair by Dansko, more dress shoes, to see how well they work. The insole was a bit better. It didn't get crushed like these ones, but it didn't come with the spacers and ultimately I could not stand long enough on any of these. These I would still recommend. They're cheap enough. They're like $40. If you get them on sale, they're $60 normally. The Gel Venture 5, the Moab Ventilator, is an excellent hiking shoe. Breathable insole, breathable upper. The best grip I've ever had. However, the inside kind of wears quickly. You can see right here where this wore away probably within the first year-ish of use. You can also see right there, there's a slit forming, and some of this right here near the heel kind of has this webbing left, but a lot of it has rubbed away. You can see the lime green insoles. These are not the original ventilated insoles. These are actually Superfeet green wides. They do have a good heel cup on them, and I like that. They do have a little bit of arch support is there as well. Those are nice for repairing your shoes basically from the inside out later on. But if you have any questions about any of these shoes, I'd be happy to answer them. Also, any questions about Crocs, because I really like my standing desk. None of these ended up working for that purpose, so I'm going to end up returning all of them. If you have any recommendations, let me know. As far as I know, my heels are pretty normal. They just need something soft because I'm not working in retail. I'm not walking around. All I'm doing is standing at a desk at a computer, working with Excel and other office stuff. Thanks for watching. Hopefully that was informative. Open to any questions people have about these shoes. These will all be sent back.